Sam Nombe has joined us today on a permanent contract. Is that one that you're excited about going forward?
Yeah, I think we are. Took a little bit of time to go through, but our first big signing of this recruitment window, really. Like I say, we worked really hard on this for the last couple of weeks since we found out he was available. But we're absolutely delighted he's put pen to paper, and a player we're hopeful will really come on and affect that team in a certain manner in terms of his game. Anyone who's seen him play will know he's a raw talent there, but we've got to add certain aspects and certain layers to his game to try and move him towards a finished article.
And he signed for an undisclosed fee as well. I mean, I guess that shows the club's ambitions as well.
Yeah, definitely. We weren't going to get him otherwise. There was always a chance he might come to a League Two club on loan, because obviously he was out of favour for whatever reason at MK Dons. But it's important we invest in our own, and it would have been a substantial loan fee. So we felt the permanent move suited all parties, and also it was an indication of what we want to do at this football club. Obviously, the factor in terms of selling Ryan Bowman freed up a little bit of money at the top end of the pitch in terms of wages, and then some money towards a fee as well. So we understand where it's come from and what it needs to look like further down the line, but we're really pleased he's signed.
And what sort of forward would you describe him as for people that haven't seen him play?
Look, he's raw at the moment. He's got a lot of pace and power, a lot of potential. But I've said this time and time again, we've got to change that potential into a real player, a consistent player, someone who's going to lead the line for ourselves, someone who's going to start consistently, but also affect the game on a regular basis. Needs to add goals consistently to his game and end product. But in terms of raw materials, we're really looking forward to working with those aspects of anyone's game, but also to set up a team that will create chances which hopefully he'll score.
I mean, he's also got good experience playing in loan spells in non-league, but also in League One and the Championship. So he's got a lot of experience in some ways to bring to. Yeah,
but not many games, or not enough games. So you touched on it there. As all young players do, you go out to the non-league scene and spend a bit of time in and around that environment, getting his experience and understanding his game. And then it all came really quickly for him. Broke through onto the scene in terms of League Two and then League One, and then obviously spent a little bit of time at Luton last season in and around the Championship. So he's had experience of all three levels down from the Premier League, but he just needs to find a home, needs to find an understanding of what he needs to do to be successful on the football pitch. And we're going to try and keep it as simple as we possibly can in relation to what we need from him and what he needs from his own game. But we're absolutely delighted he's signed. It's a big day for this football club.
And was one of the selling points in the deal just our record with developing young talent as well? 22 years old, perfect age for him to come down and develop his game as well. Look,
there's lots of examples, lots of players who've come through the system in the past, our own system, but obviously in recent seasons there's players who've come from non-league or come from higher level clubs who've dropped down, so to speak, and then gone on to bigger and better things in terms of levels they've wanted to play for. But he's just got to find that consistency. Hopefully he'll find a rhythm in his game here. Hopefully he'll settle into our way of working, which is all out every single day. But there's got to be certain standards set from the off, because he has to improve, and we know where his game is at right now. But if we get him right on that football pitch and play a certain team with a certain principles of play which suit his game, we should get some success out of him.
And obviously at MK he would have played with some players who've been at the club in recent years. I think he said himself just now that Hiram really sold the club to him. I mean, that must be a positive as well, that players speak so highly of the club.
Definitely. Look, just speaking to him, obviously he worked under Paul Tisdale, Matt Oakley, all the staff which work with Tiz as well, and several players from previously as well. So we'd like to think our reputation goes before us in terms of what players and then also ex-staffs talk about ourselves, but you've got to put all that to one side, and move away from the noise and move away from the expectation, and just basically play, and we're hoping he does that. In terms of pre-season, he's got a bit of time now, which is why we wanted to get it through so early, in terms of getting to know his teammates, getting to know the area, getting to know the club. Hopefully he'll get to see some of our fans at some of these non-league grounds as well, and they'll get to see him, but all that period of the next sort of 5 to 6 weeks will be about bedding into a certain environment which he won't be used to. It'll be a little bit alien to him to start with, but he's here for football, and he's here to improve his game first and foremost, and to improve our team.